Hello, Martina, and hello, everybody else who's watching this video. Today, we thought that we will make a short video about the IC. Maybe some of you would like to become a different level FDM therapist, and that's why the FDM IC exists. Martina is the secretary of EFDMA, the European FDM Association. So she's the one who knows everything about EFDMA. So let me just ask you right away, Martina, what is IC?
IC is the FDM International Certificate, and it was built in 2012 with the other FDM partners in America and the Asian Association. So they came together and decided to make an international certificate. And for the IC, it's necessary that you have a lot of praxis, FDM praxis, and make several additional things like a practical training and a clinical training. And then you can make the IC exam in front of a jury.
Yes, and as far as I know, if you have the IC, it kind of means that you're not a beginner anymore, also not an instructor, but you take FDM seriously, so to speak, and that you have put in a lot of effort. So could you please give me a list of what a regular FDM therapist needs in order to become an IC?
So they need at least 1 year practical experience after the FDM IC. Then they need a practical training and a clinical training, and at minimum three one-site visits with an FDM instructor or another FDM IC.
Which some call hospitation.
Yes,
like,
hospitation. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I guess it's a little hard to how's it called, to translate it to other languages, this word. But yeah, it basically means that the therapist goes to more experienced FDM therapist, and they watch what they're doing. Eventually, they also do it together, the treatment. They can have questions and so on. All right.
Yes. And they will need at minimum 3 supervisions at an FDM or with an FDM instructor.
And the supervision means, I just tell all this because for me it wasn't clear at the beginning, like what is a supervision. It means that you take a patient of yours to the instructor and you treat the patient in front of the instructor, and they will not help you or not do anything, but they are there to give you feedback afterwards, which is actually really helpful, because somebody else from outside can see maybe what you can do differently or better, but still you are the one who is doing the treatment. Right?
Yes, right.
Yes. So could you please tell me about the ICs? How often is there a possibility to apply and how to apply?
Normally once a year, sometimes or twice in the year. So we have the guidelines on our website and the dates, and you have to fill out the application form that is on our website. So you have to send this application and the form where you write the supervisions and the hospitations and a copy of the certificate from the BC, IC, BC and clinical training and practical training. So that's the normal procedure. and then you can apply for the exam.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know this before applying, but I got to know that I can use my hospitations or my on-site visits even before the application, because I did a lot of them, but I didn't know that I have to record them. So just for an info, a trick for the interested ones, that once you have it in mind that maybe you want to go into this direction, I think it's a good idea to already download this form from the EFDMA website and to start to fill it in. Every time you go to an on-site visit or you do a supervision or something, then just let the instructor or the IC sign it for you, and you have the dates and everything. So you don't have to do it like all over again. Not that it wouldn't help. You cannot do too much of this, but if you have like a time pressure, then it's safer to be on that side, that you just record it. Yeah. Good. And so how is the financial part of the IC?
The IC costs 300 euros for the whole exam. So it's the written and the practical exam.
Mm-hmm. And how does the exam look like?
Normally we start with the written part. So there are questions from the book, from the EFDMA book, the Fausthill distortion model and the Paulus method. And the questions are about the theoretical knowledge of the FDM, single choice, for about 90 minutes. And about 60 minutes is the written part, and about 10 minutes we show some videos with pain gestures of the patient. So the participants have to interpret these pain gestures and write it down in a form. And after that, after correction of this written part, the practical trainings will start, and it's for each person about 30 minutes. There we have a clinical part and a patient case, and then making all the things you do normally in the FDM office, and also therapy, FDM therapy on a jury member, to show the techniques, and so that the jury can see how the participant makes the FDM treatment.
Mm-hmm. And as far as I know, only the ones are doing the practical exam who passed the written exam. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Yeah. Good. What else do they have to know about the IC? What do you guys have to know? Write it into the comment, and Martina can then give the professional answer for it. And if you are interested in another video where maybe FDM ICs share their experiences, how it was or how it felt like, or of course not the questions, but like how it went and what kind of an experience it was, then also comment about it, and then we can do something. Martina, do you have something to add?
Yes, maybe. After the theoretical and practical part, if the exam was positive, the FDM IC becomes a certificate for his office and for home. And he will also be on the therapist list with a special marked color, so that the patient can see the difference between the BC and the IC. So that's additional thing to know. I think it's an important point.
True. True. And maybe one more thing, that if somebody wants to go even further and wants to become an instructor, then they have to be an IC first,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
All right. Good information. Thank you so much for the insight into the IC world. And as I said, guys, if there is anything else you want to know, just let us know in the comments or write an email to Martina. Could you please, Martina, tell us your email address?
It's office@fdm-europe.com.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.